So, B'siyata Dishmaya, we're going to continue in Likutei Halachot. We're still in Halacha Bet. We're on the Ot Gimel, the third letter. We're talking about the idea of the tzaddik being able to help us get out of all these bad places that we're experiencing, all these bad midot that we're going in. The tzaddik is able to go into these dark places, taking that breath that Hashem exhaled, like the Tanya just told us, and when he lets it out in the world, and all of our lacks get filled up. And this is the aspect of the Chanukah light, that in the darkest times of the winter, when we're experiencing the hardest tests, this little light comes in to illuminate a lot of darkness. V'zat Hashem. Let's continue going in. V'zeh b'chinat hanes shel Chanukah. This is the aspect of the miracle that we celebrate on Chanukah. Ki malchut Yavan harasha timu kol hashmanim. The evil empire of Greece, they defiled all of the oils. Oil is always, right, wisdom. Umatz'u sluchit shel shemen shaya chatum b'chotomo shel kohen gadol. They found one jar of oil that was sealed and signed with the signet imprint of the kohen gadol. Ve'lo haya bo ladlik rak yom echad. There's only enough oil there for one day. V'nasa nez v'dalak shmona yamim. And there was a miracle. For 8 days, there was enough oil. Ki malchut harasha. You know why they needed 8 days? You know why, that part?
It took 8 days to drink oil, no?
From where? El Galil, just look outside. Where are all the olive trees? They're all here. It takes 4 days to get here, 4 days to come back, yeah. Some, I'm sure not all of these are 2,000 years old, right? But some of them are definitely children of Beit HaMikdash trees. ונעשה נס ודלק 8 ימים, כי מלכות הרשע שמתגברים על ידי הריחות רוח שלהם. How does the מלכות הרשע take power? They have a long breath. They let out this long breath. We learned, remember, there's Rav the Klipa. Whoever's not connected to tzaddik, how does he get all of these things? Like we just talked about Netanya. From Rav the Klipa, from the other side. There's someone in the world out there spreading some Kabbalistic ideas from the Klipa. Trying to, Shu b'chinat ruach sa'ara, but that's not ruach chayim. That's ruach sa'ara. That's a stormy winds. And then that defiles all of the oils in the body. Remember we talked about how if it wasn't for the lungs blowing air on the heart would incinerate the whole entire body. Why would the heart do that? Because the heart would burn out all of the oils, and you need an oil change. Right? And your brain needs that oil to stay lubricated, to stay working properly, to stay with the wisdom and keep it in there, and to not burn out. The burning out comes from we have too much passion, too much excitement for something, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter, and we don't know how to limit it, and we go too much, and then we burn out, and then we can't pick ourselves up for days. If it wasn't for the lung always putting air on the heart, that would happen all the time. The body would completely be engulfed by the heat of the heart. It would dry out the body. So what happens when they try to timu kol hashmanim? They try to impurify all of the oils. Which oils? The oils of our everyday flow that are keeping us regulated. What's the main way to keep all of those oils going well in your body? Lengthy breaths. So when you breathe in a holy way, and all of the oil in your body is holy. God forbid the opposite, when the sitra comes over, ruach and neshima de klipa, you get ruach and neshima, right? Neshama and neshima is the same words. You get ruach and neshima, the ruach and the breath, the spirit and the breath of the klipa. Then it makes the whole entire oil system of the body, the lubricant system of the body, tameh, impure. Because they only exist by way of breath. How important our breath is.
Can't live without it.
You can, it's the number one most important thing, but there's many ways to breathe. And a lot of us breathe just animalistically, no conscious at all. Don't even take real full breaths. A lot of people that have short breath, right? They have short fuses. People that talk in an excited way, people that talk with short breath. If it's coming from a place of anger or kotzer ruach, then you can't even hear the Besorah of the Mashiach. Moshe comes and tells you it's time for Geula, you can't even listen. Why? Because of Kotzer Ruach, because you have such short breath. And that's what Yavan wanted us to do. Yavan wanted us to lose our breath, to lose the purity of the oils, that we can't think straight, you can't get deeper. If they take a deep breath, they'll swallow up anybody that's not a complete tzaddik. Meaning if you go to pull life from bad places and you're not pure, you get consumed by it. This is an important thing too. Rav Itzhak Abuhatzeira once asked advice about essentially you could take it for anything. The question was specifically about drug use, and I'm gonna say it was smoking marijuana. And this person asked him, "How do I'm doing it, but how do I?" And he said to him, "Listen, there's sides. People say like this. People say like this. Not getting into it. One thing's for sure: if you're already using it, make sure that you control it and it doesn't control you." But it's very hard to do that, right? It's very hard to say that. Because, like we're learning here, if you're not really pure and you go into these places, at a certain point it consumes you. As soon as they take a deep breath, it swallows up the person. Tzadik mimenu bolea. It says in Brachot, Tzadik mimenu bolea. Tzadik, from him, he'll get swallowed up. This is why they want to impurify or defile all of the oil in the body. This is the oil that feeds the brain, that keeps the brain going, the intellect going. And how do they do this? That they overtake on the breath. They start to give you the ruach and the neshima. And afterward, after that the Chashmonaim overtook them, they defeated them. And they found one jar of oil. היינו שמצאו אחר כך עיקר כוח שמשם התגברו על מלכות הרשע, היינו כי עיקר כוח שעל ידו הם מתגברים על מלכות הרשע הוא כוח הצדיק. What does it mean that they found one jar of oil signed by the Kohen Gadol? The Kohen Gadol in the time of the Beit HaMikdash is meant to be the holiest person in the world. Nowadays, who is it? The tzaddik. Whoever is the biggest tzaddik in the world, he's the Kohen Gadol. What does it mean to find one more jar of oil? That they found the only ability to overcome all of these evil forces and all of this pull towards Ruach and Neshima, the Klipa. They found the Koach of the Tzaddik. They found this one person that if they connect to him, they'll have the ability to overcome all of this pull. Because we said before, like Reb Nachman said, there's only the Tzaddik Gamur can go inside those bad midot of Esh, Ruach, Mayim, Afar, and to go inside of there and conquer those places and purify them. A person who's not pure and tries to go inside earth might become depressed and pulled down into laziness and batala. Every midah has its own trait that has its own way that it shows up, every element. But the tzaddik gamur, he's complete. All of those elements are filled up from him. He's the yesod olam. He's the element of the world. He's the foundational part of the world. So he can go into those places. So what does it mean they came inside? They defeated the Greeks. They got over the test, or the attack that was coming after them, but then all the oil is burnt out. Now they found one jar of oil, the koach of the tzaddik, that's able to give them arichat neshima, a lengthy breath of kedusha that you get from the tzaddik, and by way of that, all of the oil in the body now gets renewed, right? Oil change into holy oil. The Kohen Gadol ze b'chinat harav de kedusha. The Kohen Gadol is the Rav of kedusha, the holy side. Ki hu gadol me'echav, because he's greater than all of his brothers. That's Rav. What does Rav mean in Hebrew actually? Not rabbi. Great. Right? Gadol me'echav. He's greater than his brothers. Ki siftei Kohen ishmeru dat v'torah yivakshu mipiu. Ki siftei Kohen, the lips of the Kohen, ishmeru dat, they guard dat. Torah yivakshu mipiu, and we should ask for Torah from his mouth. Nimsa shekohen ubchinat Rav. So you see that the Kohen is like a Rav, which is Rav Chesed. Ki Kohen u ish Chesed. Kohanim are rooted in Chesed. They're Rabbanim. Rabbanim are Kohanim. Chesed, Rav of Kedusha. וזה שמצאו שמן שהיה חתום בחתומו של כהן גדול, דהיינו שמן קודש של השכל הנמשך על ידי אריכות הנשימה של הצדיק. So what they found? They found that the holy thoughts that get pulled down, the pure oils that renew the mind by way of being connected to the lengthy breath of the tzaddik, which is the aspect of the Kohen Gadol, and it was signed with his seal, meaning that it was sealed with Kedusha, without any foreign touches and influences. כי הצדיק הוא כולו טוב, ואין להרע שום אחיזה בו. The tzaddik is completely good, bad has no grasp on him, ואין יכולת למלכות הרשע לטמא חס ושלום. The evil empire has no ability to defile the tzaddik, חס ושלום. שמן של הצדיק גמור על ידי עריכת הרוח שלהם, כי הצדיק גמור אינו בולע. A complete tzaddik does not absorb anything else that he comes in contact with. He's כולו קודש להשם, doesn't get affected by this world, he's ascended above this world, they can't touch him. ועל ידי זה הכוח של הצדיק, דהיינו עריכת הנשימה של הצדיק, by way of this power that we get from the tzaddik, meaning this lengthy breath that he gives out, which is the aspect of Shemen Kodesh, by way of that, we can now overcome the Malchut HaRisha. Like Reb Nachman said, if you're not connected to the tzaddik, you have no business fighting the Reshaim. Only if you do connect to the tzaddik. כי על ידי זה יכולים להיכנס לתוך המידה הרעה של הרשע, להכניע ולשברה. By way of being connected to him, now you can go into that bad place and break it from the source. ועל ידי זה מכנין אותו כנ"ל. By way of that, you can subdue it there too, that midah, that bad person, that bad trait. ולא היה בו אלא להדליק יום אחד, ונעשה נס ונדלק 8 ימים. There was only enough oil there for 1 day, but a miracle happened, it was 8 days. Because the good of the tzaddik is that he's kulotov. He's completely good. That's the aspect of Yom Shekulotov. We all pray, right? We say in Birkat Hamazon, Rachaman, Yovilenu Yom Shekulotov. On Yom Tov we say this, we want a day that's completely good. Vayi Erev, Vayi Boker, Yom Echad. The night and the day by him, it's all one. It's all coming back to oneness of Hashem. Rashi says there, Shakadosh Baruch Hu Yechid Ba'olamo, Hashem was one in his world. Yom Echad, it doesn't say Yom Rishon, first day. Yom Echad, 1 day. Because Hashem was one in that day. You ever paid attention to this? In Bereshit, we say Yom Sheni, 2nd, 3rd, 4th day, 5th day, Yom HaShishi, 6th day, Yom HaShvi'i, 7th day. And the first day it doesn't say Yom Rishon. It says Yom Echad. Rashi says, why does it say 1 day? Because it's the day that Hashem was one. There was nothing else. Same thing here. The tzaddik has this ability to be so pure that there's no foreign influences here. Nighttime, daytime, it's 1 day, it's all Hashem. Even on that day, the first day, there wasn't even angels. And Hashem is one in his world, meaning before creation, everything was just good. Everything was amazing, perfect for sure. But the tachlit is after the Havaya. When there is already an experience in this world, when there is already a world, when there is already a reality of bad in the world, and we're able to clarify it and bring the good out of the bad, and then transmute and transform the bad into good, and then Hashem's kingship is revealed everywhere, even in the lowest places. And that's what it means, Malchuto B'kol Mashala. Hashem's reign is in every facet of every dominion, any place that you can think in the world, Hashem is king. That's the main part of the Shlemut, the Tachlit. That was the intention of the whole entire creation. After the experience, after the world was created, when we elevate the good from within the bad, then we make Shem Shalem, we make the name complete. Hashem Echad, Ushmo Echad. Shem is one, and his name is one. The way he shows up in the world is one. And that's Shmonat Yamim. That's 8 days. The 8 letters of Yud Kei Vav Kei and Adnut. Yud Kei Vav Kei is the transcendent light before creation, before there was angels, before there was anything. Hayahu Vivye was, is, and will be. And Adnut is Adon. If there's a master, that means there's a slave as well. There's a reality of 2 already. Those 2 get unified. Those 4 letters and 4 letters become 8. That's your Chanukah. That's the 8 days. And this is the purpose of all, of the oneness, of the Yichud, the Achdut of Hashem in all of the lower worlds, even in the depths of the bad, that everybody is from a lower place and they don't know that Hashem is one and his name is one. Because now when we transform the bad into good by way of the tzadikim of every single generation, Nasa nes v'dalak shmona yamim. There was a miracle that happens and it's enough light there for 8 days. meaning Arim Nisi. I will lift up this miracle by way of Merimim Madrigot HaTachtonos LeKedusha, by way of lifting up the lower parts into Kedusha, clarifying the good from within the bad. That's the main aspect of Chanukah, to go into the bad, into the Rasha, to break him, to subdue him, and then from there we take all of the sparks and all of the good that was inside that place, and then we have 8 days, meaning Hashem Echad, Ushmo Echad. Hashem is one, what's above this world and what's found in this world is all one. Because all the good comes out of the 4 Yesodot, fire, water, earth, and wind, and it all comes back to the Shorish, to the root, which is the aspect of Arba Otiyot Havaya, Yud Ke Vav Ke. That's the root. And then his name is unified, Hashem Echad, Ushmo Echad, and that's the aspect of the 8 letters and the 8 days. Baruch Hashem.